I just started the recording, so let me back up and say welcome to Collaborate Explained. And on the screen you see all the things that you can do with Collaborate, including recording them. And what's nice is there's this one button that you click to record the session, and then you click it again to stop. And when you do, in a few minutes, it takes a little bit of time to process, but it automatically will be in Georgia View. We'll show you what that looks like in a minute for other students to look at. So that's basically what Collaborate is. So why would you want to use it? A lot of different reasons. You could have virtual office hours. You could have an hour or two or three, whatever, spread throughout your week at a set time and be in Collaborate. Students could come in. If they have a webcam, you could see each other and talk. You can have 6 people visible at one time in Collaborate, or they can just type in the chat window and ask you questions. So and again, you can do screen shares, you can write, you can type. It's not just for talking to each other, but you can be sharing things with them as well. You can have question and answer sessions for your course at prescribed times. You could have review sessions where you go over information and ask them questions, or let them ask you questions. It can be used for students. Students can meet each other to collaborate together on group projects. And then, of course, you could have presentations of various kinds. We have one instructor this semester who is, and I see she's there, Valley, who is having students present in class as a group and to her, and she's recording that, and that's a part of the course. And as far as I know, that's working fairly well so far. So that's just a initial idea of the things that you can do with it, but I'm going to let Tyler take over now and show you a little bit about how it works. Again, this is not meant to be you're not meant to learn everything you need to know about Collaborate in this 10-minute session. It's just to get you started, and if you want to know more, we'll tell you more, but just want to whet your appetite about it. Tyler?
Good afternoon, everybody. And what we've put up here is just a screenshot of Collaborate so that you can kind of see all the tools that are involved in some of the basics here. So what I'm going to do is actually use one of the whiteboard tools to highlight some of the things here. So you'll notice up at the top here, I'm circling in black. This is our audio and video area. So you can see a display of up to 6 users who have video. If they have a webcam, that's going to be displayed there. One thing that actually we can play with a little bit later is here we have our talk and our video. So at least for our initial part, we'll have you keep those off for now, but in a little bit you can turn those on to talk, and you can also turn on your video, and that is also up to 6 users. So if you have more than 6, it's just a matter of using some of the tools down here in the participant list to have students raise their hands and call on them, and then you can share those 6. It's just 6 simultaneous users for talk and video. Within the participant list, so you can see here's our main room and everyone who's in that room. And then for you as an instructor, you'll be the moderator for that room. So all your students who come in will be just participants. So with that, you have a lot of tools. Some of them here are ways that students can respond, and we'll look at these a little bit more in detail with a poll that we'll do a little bit later. But students can raise their hand. That's this one here, if they want to share an idea. So why don't you go ahead and just on our own participant list, see if you can raise your hand now. And it actually, if you see, it will give you the order of who raised their hand first, second, third, fourth, and so on. And then you can push the same button to lower your hand. So you can go ahead and do that. The one right next to that is the polling, and we'll look at that one in just a minute. You also have a lot of other controls here in the participant list. And then down here at the bottom, you've got your chat window. So you can chat to the whole main room. You can also if you right-click on any one participant, then you can send a private chat to that person. So if there's something you need to share with another person in the room, but you don't want everyone to see that, you can do a private chat there. Over in our area here, so this is the whiteboard that I'm putting a square around now. That's where you can load a presentation just by clicking Load Content here, a PowerPoint presentation, and use the tools just right here to move back and forth through the slides. Besides giving a presentation, you can also do a screen share, which is up here. So this is, the whiteboard is this one here. The screen share is the second one. And then lastly, if you were here when we first started, is a web tour. So you can put up a website and have students navigate through that website. Now, if you're wanting them to show them something on a website where you're leading them and showing them exactly on the website, probably you want to do the application sharing. But if you're just wanting to present a website, then the web tour works well. We also have up here, this is the recording button. So this is where you can start recording, and those sessions will be available in Georgia View for students to view later. And we're going to look at that now as we look at how this works in putting it in Georgia View. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and do the application sharing, and I'm going to share my desktop with you.
Tyler?
Yep.
Tyler, before we do that, remember, let's do the poll demo real quick.
Oh, right. Go ahead. Let's do our poll. So here's our poll, a very important question we have for you today. The Bainbridge State College mascot should be. So this is, remember, next to where you raised your hand, just to the right, this is where you would give your selection for the poll. So look at those answers and choose which one you think it should be, whether that's A, flying squirrels, B, the pine nuts, C, the fighting gnats, or D, a strong woman who knows who she is.
So I think I've narrowed down that ALW is a woman, apparently.
And you can see I've let me just wait for everybody to get their poll answer in. Okay. And then what I can do as the moderator is I can actually publish these results. So you can see out of our 9 participants here, what are the selections, what was the result of that poll. So the overwhelming result is none of the above for our mascot choices. So if you want to give your other recommendation, you might put that in the chat or not. Renee asked a question about how do you know if you voted? You should see the letter you selected in the participant list. So over by your name, you should see what selection you've made. Okay, so that's just one of the tools that you can use. There's a lot more, and we can definitely explain those more, but wanted to give you a taste of the tools available. So let me go to the application sharing aspect. So as you can see, I've selected to share just my browser web page. And here I am in Georgia View. And the way to add a Collaborate session in Georgia View, so you go into your course that you want to add it into, go to the content, and to whichever module you want to add. And under Add Activities, Collaborate is our only external learning tool. So if you click on an external learning tool, then you'll see Collaborate as an option there. So you click on that, and then your Collaborate tool will appear Now if I click on this, it's going to open up two options here, our sessions and our recordings. So sessions, as an instructor, these are, you can come over to the right here and you can create a session. As you can see here, there's already 3 sessions that have been created. And then when your students come in, they will just click on the session that you've designated to join, and they'll follow the steps to open that session. If you've made any recordings, so those recordings will appear not in the sessions, but here in recordings. So you can see here there's been some recordings that have been created. So students will be able to click on those and view them.
So I was just going to jump in and just make the point that you can create just one room for your course. You could have, just your, 1101 room in your course, and you just use that one room over and over again. So you don't have to have multiple complicated things if you don't want to. Right. And you can set these start and end dates. So you can leave a room here that you see all of these have for the end date it's none. So these are open-ended rooms. So you can go into a room multiple times, have sessions in a room, close it, and then go back into the room later for a different session. In the recordings, so for students, they can play these recordings. You also have some options that you can download these if you ever want to take them out of Georgia View. And then for joining a session, similar for you and the students, so you can click here to join, and then also that participant dial-in information is here. Tyler, let me jump in and just say we have exhausted our 10-minute time and kind of getting a little deeper there than we needed to, but we will stay here now for as long as you want to, but we just wanted to take a few minutes to show you what Collaborate is and how it works, and maybe whet your appetite about it. And if you would like to stay and learn more about it in detail, we'd be glad to do that now, but we're going to officially call this the end of our session this time.